the Liberia Revenue Authority like to see it in a massive move for greater tax awareness and education in Liberia.
This is a milestone for us in expanding and raising the tax consciousness of Liberians, and we are happy that university has joined us in being the first one for us to launch. So we are admonishing all of you that the center is now open. Take advantage of it. All of the different training material that we have developed, the different role plays, just for people to see that understanding and knowing tax or business is a reality. It's something that you can learn and over time you can apply. And we want you to be able to be as advocates and ambassadors to other students so that we can be able to spread the message.
Okay, so what we're trying to do is to bring an understanding that to our young people that paying taxes is not just about meeting an obligation.
No tax payment, no development. The money that you pay will help in the process.
TAS is a good program, and also TAS it help we the citizens support the government in the country.
What I understand about LRA is that they really want us as a citizens to really know the value of paying tax.
This LRA effort is about telling Liberians the significance of the taxes they are supposed to pay into government's coffers. As you may know, tax did start back in the days of old. Even the Bible speaks about tax. A fifth yielding of every crop in ancient Egypt went to the pharaohs. In ancient Mesopotamia, people paid taxes through labor and then later on in money. China has a history of taxes being paid like 3,000 years back. And in Liberia, our people been paying taxes long before some of us came on this phase of Liberia. So the Liberian effort through the Liberia Revenue Authority, the LRA, is just one of many that is geared towards people listening and of course adhering to paying their taxes. And tax, you may know, is that portion of the income demanded by government for government support, and then the facilities and services that everybody must have, having paid their taxes. So, over the days, weeks, and months, the LRA has been involved in different programs and activities. Quite recently, the LRA was on the campuses of the University of Liberia with their school tax education program, where students were participating into the process of tax education and awareness through the Tax Payer Services Division, TPSD. Back here at the head offices of the LRA, there have been efforts through the Corporate Social Responsibility, CSR, where tax collectors are involved in taking assorted educational materials back to schools within their respective assigned areas.
Personally thanking the LRA because even though we are tax collectors, but we are going to give back something to the public that we have been collecting taxes from. So this is a way of awareness. As TPSD have said clearly, this is a way of awareness. You go do the distribution, you educate the people about the tax payment.
The Marsha TBO, and we'd like to say thank you to LRA for this initiative. We're going to be doing awareness because this is a form of awareness that when we receive your taxes, we give back to you. And this is a form of giving back to the community. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Perry Dignon. I represent the Bopolo Bama Tax Business Office. I want to say thank you to the LRA Revenue Authority for this noble gesture. I can remember 5 months or 6 months behind, I was giving 100 gallons of gas for the public health center, the Bopolo Health Center. Yeah. And I carried those coupons and delivered them. It was beautiful. And so I'm very happy again because our firm were really touching that day when I made a presentation. So with this important educational material, we believe that students are going to be very excited. Teachers are going to be excited. And LRA is going to be the talk of the day again in Bapolo County. We are very happy to receive them, and we'll surely deliver them to the student. We'll also inform the school administration that these are the products of the taxes that are paid to the LRA Revenue Authority. That's why we bring it back as a manifestation of your gesture, your ability to pay. So we say thank you very much for this item. Thank you very much.
Senior Collector Riverside TBO. Yeah, we are very glad to receive these items for the schools, and we want to tell LRA thanks very much for the kind gesture, so that at least when we get back to the taxpayer or the public out there, they can know that what we're getting from them or the taxes we're collecting, we're helping their children to also learn. So in this life, we just want to tell LRA thanks a lot for this.
I'm Tamakunzwa, Senior Tax Collector from Greenville Tax Business Office. I want to take this time to say thanks to the authority of LRA Revenue Authority for this gesture. Even though it seems to be little, but it represents a great deal of effort. Do the presentation on behalf of LRA and also explain to them, as we have been doing, about the importance of tax payment, the benefit derived, when you pay your taxes. Their children, they will be able to grow up with that feeling that indeed we have been educated by LRA. We will do that on behalf of LRA Revenue Authority. So I want to say once again, thank you for this effort.
Hi, welcome to the LRA Revenue Authority.
I just want to let you know about LRA Revenue Authority. If you want to be free, just like me, come join me and pay your tax. The revenue law, LRA Revenue Authority is here for everyone. Hello, I'm talking to you.
We want to welcome you all to the launching of STEP project, School Tax Education Project, launched by the LRA Revenue Authority. This project is all about introducing tax education at school level, both tertiary institutions and high school. Today marks the launching of that day, and we all want you to be seated and more attentive as we go through this launching process that will be done by the CG of the LRA Revenue Authority. Thank you.
We are indeed elated today to stand here in recognition of the launch of the School Tax Education Program. This program is significant to our corporate strategic plan and also to the future of our dear Mama Liberia. All around the world, in all jurisdictions, the majority of tax jurisdictions, you see that our revenue agencies are in collaboration with the education sector, establishing similar tax clubs in various schools. Why is this approach being undertaken? because it is seen as a major underpin for sustainable development goals. In order for us to realize the sustainable development goals as pronounced by the United Nations, it is important that we mobilize our own domestic resources. It is clear that donor support is declining, and as a result, the donors are empowering the various institutions to strengthen their domestic resource mobilization efforts. This project is being funded by OSIWA, a key donor, and OSIWA is funding many similar projects around the world. In fact, OSIWA is also sponsoring in Liberia a domestic resource mobilization program focused with LRA, National Tax Consciousness, so that the next generation, we're working with this generation, but it is important that as we educate our youth, that the next generation are more in tune to the civic responsibilities. So this program also seeks to conscientize the students that yes, this is your civic responsibility, but there is and should be a social contract between the citizens and the government, so that there is a clear link between taxation and the development that should be seen in the different communities. So we have, this is the first launch of the program. We are facing into 4 counties initially. These counties include Montserrado, Grand Bassa, Nimba County, and Grand Jide County. In subsequent years, we will phase into other counties. So this pilot program, we intend to educate our citizens, our younger citizens, and prepare them for tomorrow. Because if it is clear, and the international community and the donor community have indicated, and as enshrined in the UN SDGs, we who are considered developing countries or least developing countries, we must stand to the plate to mobilize our own resources for sustainable development, because we cannot always depend on others to come and do for us what we should be doing for ourselves. Our country is endowed, and we need to show to the citizens and to the younger people tomorrow that yes, we had iron ore, we have gold, we have diamond, we have fighter soil, and you see, these are the things, these are the development that accrue to the country as a result of these resources which our good Lord have endowed our country with. So we want to thank the University of Liberia for providing the space and for being the first institution to be in readiness to facilitate this launch in collaboration with the LRA. Because you know, with the donors, we have schedule. So because of your overwhelming support, and embracement of the idea, we are generally within schedule, which we had asked them to adjust because we should have completed this project by September 30th. So we want to thank the university, and we look forward to collaborating with you as we move this project forward, so that the aims and objectives of this STEP program, that those aims and objectives are realized. Thank you very much.
Then we come to our host, the University of Liberia.
I want to thank Mrs. Tamba and to welcome you and your team to the University of Liberia campus. We are delighted that we have been the first to take on this initiative. Of course, we know that technically every Liberian has two sort of stigma. One, every Liberian is a politician, and every Liberian is a lawyer. But every Liberian is not tax conscious. I repeat, every Liberian is a lawyer, every Liberian is a politician, but not every Liberian is tax conscious. And we are happy that we at the University of Liberia, the citadel of highest learning in this country, can take the initiative to welcome you so that you can start the tax consciousness of our people. Mrs. Tamba, please be aware that in Teachers College there are 7 programs. And be equally aware that all 7 programs have had their curricula revised. And interestingly enough, each of the program has inculcated in it the citizenship education and also the human rights education. The only thing that we will need right now is the support. And we know that the LRA is there to support us. And this is an example of that. Many times, some of us who watch the TV, listen to the radio, we always watch the ads, listen to the ads about paying taxes. And we also sometimes we are conscious of the billboard messages, what our taxes do. Perhaps LRA needs to increase those billboards. What our nation needs is education. And tax education is one of those things that we do not know. It is therefore imperative upon us to assist LRA, those of us in the citadel of learning, to help to conscientize our people. Because right now, this is an age in Liberia of not just awakening, but a reawakening of the consciousness of the environment. All around us, we know, we hear, we see things happening. But what do our taxes do for us? If we are not educated as students at the university, how can we educate even our own children, our own siblings? We are going to join you in conscientizing not only those who are here now, but at least since we are starting with Teachers College, take it from us, we will ensure that we will encourage the inculcation of citizenship and human rights education in the other curricula so that people can get aware. Because that's the only way. When we are saying that education in Liberia is at a mess, we are not only looking at the university. In order to write the curriculum, we have to go back to the elementary. And interestingly, the Teachers College also, this semester, has introduced the early childhood education. We have a long way to go.
If we are to be developed as a nation, then of course there's a need for every citizen to play their part in the growth and development process, and that entails mobilizing the needed resources. And to do that, we have started what we call an advocacy for domestic resource mobilization through federal taxation. And the LRA have been forthcoming in our discussions. We have also discussed with the Liberian Business Association, the Marketing Association, and so forth, including the Liberian Bar Association. During our discussions, we have identified measures that are required to boost Liberian growth. When the president of Liberia came to power, 2005, or let's say 2006, remember the budget was around $80 million. $80 million. That budget has moved from 80 million to around 600 million, plus or minus. But if you check around us, neighboring countries, we're looking at Guinea, for example. The 2017 budget of Guinea is $6.7 billion. $6.7 billion. Ghana is $46.6 billion. And we are still around 600,000 for what? We need to together grow Liberia. If we need the kind of development we need, if we want the kind of development we need, then we have to play our fair share of growing the economy. So, Madam Tama, would like to say thank you for the initiative. And as I just said, we don't want this thing to be restricted to only high school. In one of our discussions, we're talking about developing the mind of our young people from the grassroots level, teaching what we call their responsibility and their duty, using tax as the baseline. Because if we develop the consciousness of the people, they will be able to be in compliance with taxation. Because without tax, you here say in Nigeria, you don't pay. There won't be no social services provision in the country. There won't be no security for that matter. So we need the taxes so that we move the country forward. Once again, thank you for the invite. We look forward to more as we work together to ensuring that Liberia grows. In Jesus' name.
It's the launch of the school tax education program by the Liberia Revenue Authority. And of course, Commissioner General and CEO Frida Stewart Tama is in the forefront. And like you see, these are students who have been targeted to be that driving force behind this school tax education program. They are smartly dressed in their different uniforms, and they've come from different institutions to be part of a great occasion. I would like to begin by asking some of these students just to go through some of the lines in this brochure established and then, of course, drafted and printed by the Taxpayer Services Division of the LRA. So I will ask you your name first, and what school do you come from?
My name is student Fanta Kroma of the William V.S. Studman High School.
Talk to me about what you just saw, and maybe just read a couple of lines from the paper. You can go ahead and read.
What I understand about LRA is that they really want us as a citizens to really know the value of paying tax. Okay. Many of us around don't know the value of paying tax. We see symbols around, say, pay your tax, and we don't know much about paying tax. So they are telling us, teaching us to know how to pay tax.
So read a couple of lines from our brochure that you have. I want to hear you read it.
What is the STEP program? The STEP program is an after-school program being implemented by the LRA in partnership with OSWA, Moreover Considerated School Systems, and the Ministry of Education to educate students on taxation as a service duty. Great.
OSWA Education, MCSS, LRA in partnership. Thank you so much from the William V. Studman High School, right? Okay, and where are you from, your school, and your name?
My name is Helena Tibuaga from the AME Science University.
Talk about the program you just attended.
Yes, the program is also encouraging with the parents, students how to pay our taxes, because through the taxes our nation will be well developed, because when we pay our tax we see that there will be a better school, a better road, and a better development in our country through our tax payment.
Okay, open your brochure, go and read something different from what your friend read about this STEP program.
Yes, I'll be talking about teacher ambassador and participation.
Okay.
It said there will be 20 selected ambassadors consisting of parents and teachers who will assist in running the day-to-day affairs and operation of the school tax club.
So, what is the message to those who will be involved with that? Haven't you read it now?
Yeah, those that will be involved are asked that they should be more, they should apply more effort and be able to encourage people, encourage their friends that they should be able to pay their tax. Because through the tax payment, we understand that we have a better roads and a better development in our country.
From Zion, and what's your name?
Helena Tibwaga.
Thank you so much.
My name is Caroline M. Roberts from Nima County, Liberia International Christian College, Ganta, Nima County.
Great. Go somewhere in that brochure and read something different from what your friend read.
I will be talking on what is the format of STEP, section of the after-school STEP program, alongside the school's curriculum, will be conducted after school hours. Activities will be responded during examination periods. The program will involve 8 manuals introduced, 1 per week, 8 assignments, individual and group, a weekly meeting, and annual conference.
Talk about how annual conferences, weekly meetings could be a great thing in raising taxes and, of course, increasing the revenue of Liberia.
Yeah, for the weekly meeting, I think would be that will bring the organization together when they see fought on the other side to bring one another to advise and how the tax payment will be like, and to encourage other people that will be doing the tax payment. And for the annual, it will also help, because if you go through your work through or maybe a 6-month period, then you bring them together to talk on what they are experiencing out there and how the tax paying like, and when they are maybe talking with students and other parents out there, how they are responding to the tax payment and how important the tax payment is to the life of the Liberian people.
Thank you so much.
I'm Jonathan K. Vonner from Buchanan, teacher of the Basowa school system.
Wow, I know you anxious to know or teach your students about tax. You are in Monrovia today. Talk about what was done today.
Well, we were able to get the overview of the program and the objective for which the program was being established. And as we, as teachers, that will be serving as an ambassador to the institution, we will make sure that our children be educated, that today or tomorrow, when they become who they want to be, they will know exactly what tax is all about.
Have you been reading anything about this program in the brochure?
Yeah.
What catches your mind or your takeaway in the book that you read? You want to look at it and make reference to it?
No, it's okay. Okay. First of all, I was introduced to this program 2 months ago at the Grand Basso Community College, and today again I'm here, and I was able to get the details, information about tax payer.
So what have you to tell LRA with respect to what to do for other schools like your school has got involved?
Well, I want to tell LRA they shouldn't be the first, and I'd like to be a continual process, and they should make sure that this taxpayer should be placed into our national curriculum, that students, both high school and university level, when they are graduated, they will know exactly how to pay their tax, and they will know the objective for which their tax have been paid for.
Thank you so much as you go back to Buchanan City.
Thank you very much.
The STEP program at this time only encompasses 10 schools, and the 10 schools are meant to just serve as part of the pilot. In the years to come, we look to expand the tax club in conjunction with the Ministry of Education to all schools. But right now, we're running through the program. We're going to tweak it. We're going to improve on it based on the feedback from the schools, and hopefully it will be a successful school program for this school year.
Lay out some bullets about its significance to Liberia and government support the facilities, services, and awareness of all the Liberians, because you know what revenue does.
Okay, so what we're trying to do is to bring an understanding that to our young people that paying taxes is not just about meeting an obligation. Being a citizen of this country, you have a right and you have responsibilities. Part of your right is that you are entitled to freedom of speech, you are entitled to basic social services, you are entitled to express yourself freely, to achieve your dreams, to run after them at the very minimum. But part of your responsibility is to pay taxes. Part of your responsibility is to look out for your neighbor. Part of your responsibility is to support rule of law. So the program is not just about teaching taxation. The program is about citizenship building. It's about democracy education. It's about individual building, community building, and then reaching out to the country at large.
Great. I want to say thanks. It's been a good way of ending the entire interview. Tax Talk is an effort by LRA TPSD MCMPA. I have been Elvin Jask with this production. Thanks to Aaron Kenner for editing.
I just wanna let you know. I just wanna let you know about LRA Revenue Authority. If you wanna be free, just like me, come join me. And
what we want to mention is that when we look at all of the receipts from the counties, money or revenue that we collect within the county, we see Nima County tapping that list.
Come join me and pay your tax, the revenue law, the revenue law.
In our midst that have done X.
In keeping with the development. In keeping with the development.
So you will see now that in your forms, everybody in the same job category, let's say job title, have similar competencies. So like we had the general competencies before that was cutting across all the departments. Now no, if you went to customs, their functional competencies will be custom specific. If you went to domestic tax or you went to HR or administration, the functions are different. So the competencies for those functions are completely different. So you saw it in your form, and I'm sure we've been working with almost all the supervisors and the managers and commissioners, and they saw that this time around, each person has their own competencies to work with. Add your voice to this process so that gradually this thing can become fun.
Why is it that you're a contractor, you sit in the office and you see new employees coming? Because the new employees took the time and they sat for an interview. They took the time, they saw an ad, they went for the ad, they went to a competitive process. However, it does not justify you not being permanently employed. But again, we can only permanently employ you if we have the means and resources to do so.
Customs people here can receive the assistant commissioner for posts and other customs staff. The institution is to move to a paperless environment because we spend a lot of money on sheets and paper. We waste a lot. I can tell my staff the way we're using the paper, if you were a tree, you will not be happy. And every now and then we got to cut you down to do paper, you will not